Okay guys, in this video I'm going to give you key support and resistance levels to pay attention to for Bitcoin. I'm also going to give you coordinates if you want to import. I created a chart for Bitcoin on the Bitget exchange and one for Ethereum for the Bitget exchange. I have all the coordinates on the screen. I'm going to show you that, so you can just pause the video, write down these coordinates if you want to import them into Bitget. I do have, if you want to use my Bitget affiliate link, it's pinned in the first comment description if you want to sign up, and then come back and then I'm going to show you how to get these elements into the Bitget platform. But you can just pause it and then you can grab all these coordinates. But I want to show you how to do it. And I'm also going to cover some of these YouTubers are setting people up to get wrecked. They're talking about a bottom target. I just want to show you why I think this is irresponsible of them telling people this. I'll cover that as well. So if you watched the last video, guys, I was talking about how I was able to predict this move down to the hour. If you want to watch this video, I'll put a link up to it now. So this chart right here, I made a tweet about this. This was 3 hours ago. Notice we came down. I said right here, I said nice support. We dropped right down to this point on the C1 chart. Notice we got rejected right here at 94,471. I said this was your support, and you can see what happened. We pushed all the way up, got a perfect rejection right here at 39,306. So these charts are ideal. You know when too short, when too long, and when too short. This hit almost to the tick. So your current resistance right now to watch is 39,246. Your very strong support down below is 37,474. Your current support right below, right here, is 38,681. And if we do push up, again, any line that is a lot of resistance, if you get above, you can expect to get a pump. So your next resistance above is 39,913 to potentially 40,273. Remember, you can access all these charts on my website, guys. I'll link it in the first comment description as well. So let me show you. This is a published version of the C1 chart to show you how this played out. This was published on February 5th. I cannot edit this. I have added more to the chart since, but I just want to show you how accurate these charts are. Notice this purple line right here. That is this purple line right here, outlined with this yellow trend line. And you can see this blue line right here is this white line right here. You just have a white line outlining it. That's where we found support. So just showing you guys, you actually can predict support and resistance levels way out in advance. So let me show you guys really quick. So this is the C1BG Bitcoin chart. So this was actually charted for the Bitget exchange. This is the Ethereum chart. This is also charted for Bitget as well. So again, I'm going to show you how to get the elements in, and then you can just pause the video when I pop up the actual coordinates. So let me show you here, guys. So basically, if you want to bring in an element, so if you do have access to my charts, remember my charts are shareable. You can save these charts as your own if you have a TradingView Pro account. You just load up the chart. You click on the copy icon top right, and you can choose save as your own. Then you can edit the chart, and that's how you can double click and get these coordinates. So just let me show you this this yellow trend line just for example. So when you pop up, these are trend lines. So you have 4 boxes with coordinates. So if you go to Bitget, that's this line right here. So I'm going to recreate it. Just draw a trend line, and it's yellow. So we'll just draw it anyway because we're putting the coordinates in. Click on coordinates. We're going to go to here. So I'm going to go copy. Let's go to coordinates, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, and paste. And now you can see we have this trend line right here. Make sure you're in log scale, by the way. You can see now you have this trend line in the chart that totally matches this chart right here. And of course you'll have to do that for each one of these lines, but that's why I put this up so you can actually use these coordinates. So I'm zoomed in here. If you're on a mobile, maybe take a screenshot and then you can zoom in on your screenshot. Let me see how much I can zoom in here. I think that shows everything. So these are all of the coordinates for the white trend lines. If you want to take the time, you can just pause this so you can write them down. That's the last white one right here. These are the coordinates for the yellow trend lines, and these are the coordinates for the orange trend lines. You see right here, orange, and then these are the other orange trend lines right here. So these are all the coordinates you need if you want to import the chart into Bitget. Ethereum, so you do the exact same thing. I'm going to give you these coordinates for the flip circle if you want to bring it in. So same thing, you would double click. So let's go to the Ethereum chart here. And I've already got this in, but I just want to show you how to do it. So what you do is you just draw a flip circle, just randomly, anywhere, and go to the coordinates, and right here, hold on a sec. So right here, first one and paste it in. And this one, paste it in. Make sure you get the negative. And then the last one. So I got a lot of windows open, guys. And that way you can get the fib circle in here. And it's the same way, guys. Even with the trend lines, you just draw a trend line, and then you would go here and you would grab, you know, for instance, this white trend line, get the coordinates. But if you want all the coordinates for the Ethereum chart, that is right here. So these are the white trend lines. Make sure you can see all of that. So again, just pause it if you need to grab all these. So those are all the white trend lines. These are all the yellow trend lines and coordinates you'll need. So that should help you get the charts in. And also, guys, so the fib circle, let's see here. So I guess I can zoom in. So if you want that fib circle right here, since that's the only thing that's not on that, let me zoom in. So this is pretty big. So that is the coordinates if you want to import that fib circle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have that. All right, guys, hopefully you're able to get this in, and you can actually use this to you know with long and short, create the entire chart. It is kind of a pain in the butt, but again, I am in talks with Big to make it easier to just copy and paste elements in here, or actually import the entire chart with code. And they're going to get back to me soon, but again, this is the only way to do it for now. So that covers Ethereum chart, bringing it in. I'm going to give you support and resistance levels. Pay attention to. So this is the H1 chart. Let's give you some price labels here. So your resistance above is right here at 39,567 up to 40,130. The next resistance is up here, 42,114. Your support is right here, 37,942, and your next support down here is around 34,637. This is the G1 chart. Your next major support to watch. So you can see right now your resistance to watch right here is around 39,894. Your next support to watch is going to be this line whenever you make contact. It's 35,943. Your next key support to watch is 33,426. And guys, as I mentioned before, at any point we break, you know, right around 30,000 down to 28,600, that's when I expect the capitulation to begin. And the bottom, guys. So I was doing a video talking about potentially where the bottom was. And this is what kind of bothers me. Some of these YouTubers, listen to what they're saying, and I'm going to show you why this is dangerous.
The very, last case scenario, and where I am basically selling everything I've got and going all in Bitcoin, is at the orange line here, the 200-day moving average, 200-week moving average, I should say. It's currently at $20,000. I do not believe that we are going to go that low, though. But this is like the last resort for the people who want to ask me, what is the last, absolutely last resort I could potentially think of? That is going to be this orange line at currently $20,000. But then we also have the green line.
So this guy's saying he's going to sell everything and buy here. I think this is so dangerous for telling people this, and I'll show you why this is the case. Also, this guy, he's saying dollar cost average down, and listen to what he's saying.
If you think that there's a possibility that Bitcoin could go down, does that mean you sold all your Bitcoin? No, that's not how I navigate these markets. In fact, when the market is bearish, I prefer to accumulate long term. Okay, I mean that's really the only winning strategy, I think, is to dynamically DCA. I mean, DCA is one method. I think it's an inferior method to dynamically DCAing. I mean, you weight your buys at lower risk levels or at lower prices. Meaning, if you were buying Bitcoin at 60K, then the ideal scenario is that you're buying more at 50K than you were at 60K, and if you're buying at 40K, you're buying even more at 40K. If it goes to 30K, then ideally you should have the cash on hand to buy even more, and then so on and so forth. I mean, it's not financial advice. That's just...
Of course this is not financial advice, because that is absolutely ridiculous. The best thing to do is sell at the top and buy back in at the bottom. Dollar cost averaging in while it's dropping is ridiculous. And again, this guy's saying, oh, the 200 weekly moving average is absolute bottom. This guy's saying, well, just keep buying and buying and buying, even if it keeps dropping. I do not understand why someone would do that. But again, I've made this very clear. I've covered this in a previous video. It's not about the moving averages, guys. I mean, I created this chart not long ago. I'll put a link up this video now if you want to check it out. But again, this was resistance. It flipped out support. We bottomed on this trend line. All right. This was back in 2013. This was 2017. Our same resistance. Right? flipped as support, we bottomed on that point, just happened to be the 200 weekly moving average, right? This was when we had our COVID crash. And notice where we bottomed. The same thing. This has happened 3 times now. Resistance, flips as support, flips as support. We bottom on that same trend line. And like that, what that guy said, this guy here saying buy at the 200 weekly. Well, if you did that back when we had our COVID crash, you know, we dropped down below the 200 weekly. How much did we come down? We came down a total of, we dropped over almost 33% down below the 200 weekly moving average. So someone bought here. I mean, that's a hell of a drop from that point. So again, I'm just showing you every time that we top out at resistance, we bottom on that same point. And this time it happened to be the 300 weekly moving average, not the 200 weekly moving average. So just imagine the situation over here. And I'm telling you, I think it's going to be either this line we're going to bottom on or this line. But just imagine what that guy said. So this is the 200 weekly moving average right here, right? So imagine that you bought down here, right? So we come down to this point, and everybody says, okay, well, you know, it's going to push up from here. Well, if it drops down to the 300 weekly moving average, that's a drop of around potentially 26%. If we dropped all the way down to the 400 weekly moving average, that's a drop of 41%. So again, they're using these moving averages like that's the point that we're going to bottom. I mean, you have to understand, guys, there's a possibility we could be entering a bear market. Bitcoin's a relatively new asset. So we've never experienced what happens with Bitcoin in a bear market. We have no idea how low this could go. We do know that when we had our COVID crash, you know, we dropped a total of, 63%, right? Down to the 300 weekly, way below the 200 weekly. If we're going to enter potentially a bear market with the indices, remember Bitcoin follows indices. If indices are dropping, you know, the NASDAQ, Dow, S&P, Bitcoin's going to continue coming down. We've never experienced, we don't know what Bitcoin's going to do in a bear market. We just know what happened when we had a crash in indices during COVID. So I'm telling you, you know, if you do buy at the 200 weekly, it's a very good chance it could hold and push up. But all I'm saying is protect yourself. If you do buy here, set a damn stop loss just in case. Because we could have a drop, you know, as much as, you know, from current price, if we come down to the 400 weekly moving average, that is about a 70% drop. Down to the 300 weekly is about a 61% drop, and the 200 weekly is about a 48% drop. So guys, I'm just saying, just based on this chart and seeing how every single time, that we bottom on the same trend line that was resistance as support. Resistance, support, bottom. Resistance, support, bottom. So it is very possible this resistance back here that we got at around 67,000, whatever the high was, this could be our resistance to bottom on, all right? And that is way the hell down here. So again, I'm just preparing you. Yes, the 200 weekly moving average, some people will buy there, but again, use a stop loss and just be prepared. If we enter a bear market, that is going to be new. And I'm talking about bear market with the indices, all right? NASDAQ, S&P, Dow. If we're entering a bear market, we could have a much lower targets for Bitcoin. So that's what I want you to be prepared for. Again, guys, if you do want to use my affiliate link to sign up for BitGet, that will be down pinned in the first comment and description. I also have a video where I tell you guys how to do simulated leverage trading, so you can get a feel for this using fake money. Put a link up to that video now if you want to check it out. And also, I have a video where I showed you how to do live trades with the actual under USD futures. I'll put a link up to that video as well. And again, guys, if you want to access these charts, my website is optimarkcrypto.com. That link will be pinned in the first comment description. So, guys, that's pretty much it. Just pay attention. This is the C1 chart. If we do get above 39,246, next point to watch is going to be around 40,300, and you've got very strong support down here around 37,500. If that breaks, guys, the next strongest support I have on the C1 chart is all the way down here at 34,762. Guys, that's it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.